Welcome back to another episode of Ruthless TV, where I break down Tyler Perry's The Oval scene by scene. Now, let's get into this trailer breakdown. The trailer opens with the shooting right outside the White House while Victoria and Hunter were exiting the motorcade. Now, I'm assuming this next scene here is the president and the first lady running in from all the gunfire, and someone yells, "Pull the curtains." And with them are some Secret Service folk that I ain't never seen before, so I'm assuming that it's Secret Service. Then in this next scene, it's really hard to tell who these two characters are because both of their faces are covered, so I'm assuming here that it may be Kyle and Lily. And Lily, of course, is laying in her bed. I don't know what it is with this episode, but it looks like people are going to be surprising other people in their sleep, right? We have Victoria, in her bed, sound asleep, when Priscilla and Jason gives her a surprise. So it looks like Lily is being surprised by Kyle, maybe. And the reason that Kyle may be in her bedroom and telling her that he has to get her out of there, maybe he's kidnapping her or going to hurt her in some way because he feels that he may need to get back at Donald for having Vince shoot Dale. Then we move on to Blakely, Bobby, and Max. It looks like they're in the basement of some room. I'm really not sure where they are, but it looks like they're in the basement or downstairs somewhere. And then it quickly moves them into an office of some sort. I don't know. Again, I don't know where they are, but it looks like they're going through some files and some paperwork. And of course, they're snooping around. So maybe Bobby made it to the White House and then later opened the door or some entrance for Blakely and Max to get in. Then in the next scene, we see Alonzo telling Jason that there was a breach. And maybe Alonzo is trying to get Jason to take cover to protect him and move him into a secret location. Then here Jason go. He got 21 questions. Then he tells Alonzo that he has a surprise for him. What kind of surprise could Jason possibly have for Alonzo? I don't think that he has anything against Alonzo. I don't know. Who knows? Jason is such a loose cannon at this point, and I'm not sure why he's still even in the White House. Then, oh Lord. Okay, now we have Sharon and Kareem entering the pharmacy, and they see who? Dale on the floor. You know, this right here, I'm just so disappointed. I'm very disappointed because Vince shot Dale for no reason whatsoever. He just did it on Donald's orders because Donald was jealous. He was jealous because he was having a relationship with Kyle. He is, in fact, the most innocent person on this show. Kareem left him too much responsibility too soon, and he should have had security there with him, or he shouldn't have even been there alone to begin with. And now he's, having to go through all of this. So I really don't like this scene. But anyway, Kareem is telling Sharon to call 911. And of course, again, they're stumbling upon Dale's bloody body. Then we're moving on to the next frame here. And look, I don't know who these people are. I have no clue as to who they are. It looks like it may be Jason and Alan, but it doesn't look like Jason and Alan, but it may be Jason and Alan. And of course, if it is Jason and Alan, Jason is probably more than likely going over to his house to get him back for hitting him over the head with a guitar when he was trying to rape Ellie. So I guess all that mumbo jumbo about them being best friends is out the window at this point because he's kicking him through the chest and bombarding his way through the door. Then in this next scene, I told you, First Lady is still at it. Nothing has changed. I'm not sure I understand why is Sam allowing her to touch all over him, hug him, get close to him. Like he's doing absolutely nothing to stop her in this frame. Nothing. He's actually leaning in, trying to get more of the hug. Like, I'm done with Sam. Sam is not standing up for himself. He's not standing up for his wife. He's just falling right into her sexual manipulation. And I'm actually going to do a whole other video about Sam alone because I got some things to say about this brother. Then in the next frame, we see Priscilla sitting down having a chit chat with Nancy. And Nancy is grabbing those invisible pearls when she tells her that it's the first lady that Sam is having the affair with. So I don't know what prompted her to finally tell her. Maybe she just couldn't hold it anymore. But, Nancy's sitting here like she all surprised. Like, you shocked the entire Oval community when you told us that you had a relationship with your husband's father. So nothing should surprise Nancy at this point. And in the next scene, we have Ellie and Alan, and she's telling Alan to not say something. And he says, well, it's the truth. And she's like, well, you shouldn't say that because someone may be trying to put you in jail. So at this point, Alan is a little fed up with the activity that's going on in the White House, clearly. It seems like a whole lot of these people are trying to jump ship because they just can't take it. Of course, when you're, being processed into your federal place of employment, you would not think for one moment that you would have to deal with all these shenanigans that they're having to deal with at any time. There's no way you could, make this stuff up. There's no way you can predict it. There's no way you can anticipate it. So Alan is a little fed up along with a lot of other White House staff. So it's going to be very interesting to see, which side he's going to choose coming up in season 3. Then moving on to the next scene, we see Jason here in his mother's bedroom, and he's asking about Gail. He wants to know where she is, and Victoria tells him exactly where you're going to be. Then a little bit further into the clip, we see him grabbing a pillow as if he's choking the pillow. This guy is sicker than all get out. Again, there's no way that he would be in the same house with me. He would not be able to pop up on me. Like, he would be in jail on the other side of the country. I just don't understand what they're waiting for. Like, are they waiting for him to KILL someone else? Like, this kid has no rules. He doesn't have any morals. He's just kind of a loose cannon, like I said before, and he doesn't know when to stop. He's threatened his mom on more than one occasion, right? But they just keep tolerating his antics. I am so ready to see some of these characters get what they have coming to them, right? I want to see them suffer a consequence or two, especially Kyle. Like, Kyle and Jason are number 1 on my list. Then we cut back to Victoria and Sam, and she's telling Sam that Hunter couldn't care less if she lived or died. And, she's sitting here playing the sympathy card yet again. He doesn't have any backbone when it comes to her, to be honest with you. And if we really think about it, Sam has not once said that he did not want the First Lady. He did not say that he didn't enjoy himself with the First Lady. He hasn't really said too much of anything, right? And again, Sam's video is coming because a lot of us have said so much about Victoria. We've said so much about Priscilla, but we haven't really said a whole lot about Sam as a man, right? Okay, so just stay tuned for that one. So in this final clip, we see Kyle sitting in his truck and he's on his phone and he said, "So you did it." I'm going to assume here that he's talking to Donald and he somehow found out what has happened to Dale. So going back to the other clip for just a moment, this is probably why he had to go and give Lily a little visit, because Kyle is like an eye for an eye in this scene. I'm sure he's thinking to himself that since Vince has shot up Dale, that he has to do something to Lily at this point to get back at Donald. And I really, really hope that we see some change in season 3, whereas, a lot of these characters are getting what they deserve and getting some consequences to their actions. I don't know, maybe going to jail. They need to suffer a little bit. Somebody needs to be the example, right? I'm really desperate to see Kyle do something other than kill people. I really want to see some growth in Hunter. I want to see him be a real dad, a real leader, a real human being, right? And I too want to see Victoria smile a little bit more. The only person that gives her that girlish grin is Sam. Unfortunately, but he's already taken. So it's not really, something to celebrate because he is already spoken for. So that wraps up this trailer for the first episode of season 3. There is no mention of the second lady and the vice president as of yet, but I'm sure they're on their way. And let's keep in mind that they too have it in to bring Victoria and Hunter down. So they're going to be an alliance with a whole lot of other folk to see that happen. If you're an Oval fan and you like the video, go ahead and like the video. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Ruthless TV. If you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe so that you won't miss any other videos that I post regarding the Oval. Share the video if you care, and I'll see you in the next one.